Greetings out there in YouTube land from the planet Earth. I'm just fellowshipping with the Lord, and here today we're talking about Jesus, as we always do every time we fellowship. And when we start talking about other stuff, that's relaxation time, right? But when we're talking about fellowshipping for the Lord, that's when we focus on the Lord, right? And we're discussing these things to come, right? Which is really interesting because I was explaining to the Lord and how so many out there follow this pre-trib, mid-trib nonsense, and they don't even know what the time of day is, right? And they're really disrespecting God by claiming to know His living Word, right? That when they don't. But then, yeah, you have to be able to identify the lukewarm by some of the things they do, is what I'm trying to tell them here, right? Because God makes it clear He's supposed to endure to the end, put on the armor daily. And what is still about to happen and going on, many are ignoring. Revelation 6, verses 9 to 11, still has to be finished. And it does, brothers and sisters. Which, you look at these people and go, oh, we're going to get away before anything happens. They're following the false doctrines. He even speaks about it in, I believe it's Ezekiel 13, right? You have to look down. But a lot of the Bibles are edited, but they want to cover His outstretched hands, and He's upset that I'm teaching His kids He's going to fly away. The thing is, He tells you that brothers and sisters are out there going to have to give their life for their faith. They're going to give them the choice. Take the mark or perish, right? And they're smart enough to know you do right by God and you gladly go and they'll be highly honored in heaven, right? They will for sure get a horse. But others, brothers and sisters who aren't going to have that happen to them, can still earn a horse, by the way. Take a look at Zechariah 14, verses 16 and down, right? Do you want to be one of those guys coming in on the horse? Because they're special horses of God. Think of a ticker tape parade, right? Because all those other people can't get in. And see, you're getting in there riding. Others who don't have a horse will, of course, be able to go and they'll be eating off the tree of life and all that. I'm not saying they're not. But to those who earn it, they get a horse. Because I asked God about that. They're for the VIPs. David, Daniel, Elijah, you name it, right? And possibly be you. But all those who give their life for their faith are definitely a VIP in the Lord's books. Like a Medal of Honor winner in whatever country you're from, they're going to get a horse, right? And more, right? You don't have to die for your faith to get that reward. It's just, are you standing tall in your faith, right? Now, many of you have made mistakes. God knows we're not perfect. Even the apostles made mistakes in the beginning, remember? But the point is, they stood tall for Jesus after. Then they stood their ground, right? And did as told. You can do the same thing. You can say sorry and get back in there and study His living word to show yourself approved, right? Because if you seek His face, you will find it. He will show you things that even the ancients didn't know. And that's in Psalms, by the way. I'm not going to tell you where. You got to find it for yourself. Because Jesus wants people to read for themselves. He's really upset that so many are listening to hirelings and others are not looking for themselves. And He said it twice in a row. There's one phrase I'm going to say, but He said it twice in a row to emphasize the importance of it, okay? Jesus said to me as we were talking, that people perish for the lack of knowledge. And I said that back to back, right? To emphasize it. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Because the lukewarm think they're right with God when they're not. They have a foot in both worlds, right? Many of them think they're going to get out early because of these false teachings that are out there that aren't true, right? You got to do right by God and read His living word if you want a chance to make it, right? Yeah. You don't want to be one of the dogs returning to the vomit. Because God throws up the lukewarm, they're the vomit out of God's mouth. They offend Him so much. Once you hear the truth, you can't go back. There is no going back or you ride the slide. Stand up tall for Jesus, right? Because those who won't, they think that they may save themselves, but they've lost their lives already. Eternity's a very long time to pay for a mistake that you can correct right now. Get right with Jesus while you still got time. Because that Antichrist will be among us shortly. Because that temple is going up. Bye-bye.